We got a red dot. Expecting a phone call here momentarily from Miss Ashley. That way we'll at least get the information out to you folks. For some reason, the split screen technology is just not working tonight, and I can't understand why. So I'm not going to worry about that. So we'll be getting her call here momentarily. So she just said she saw the message, so we should expect that here in just a second. All right, so we are live. Folks, welcome back to 3 Throw to Go. I'm your host, Hank Forrester, coming to you live. And she's going to call in. And I'll just say, ready, ready, ready. All right. Let's wait for the phone to ring now. And when we do this, I don't have it professionally patched in with our network. So I'm going to have to alter the audio in terms of the volume. So you folks let me know how it sounds on your end. And we'll get this thing going here. So just so you know the history behind me and Ashley, okay? She runs a bully breed rescue. So we had her on the show. She was one of the first guests we ever had on the show that was like a serious topic. So we did like a bunch of stuff. This was back in 2017, and like the early part of 2018, she's like, hey, can I come on and talk about like dog rescue? And I'm like, well, sure, whatever, that's fine. So she come on, and she was kind of harsh, and was kind of abrasive in regards to the way that the Akron community handles the Humane Society stuff, okay? And she made a lot of comments, and she didn't hold back. And then the following week, we got a phone call from the lawyers of the Humane Society. And at that point, they were like, hey, we heard your show. I'm telling your history real quick. You ready? Hold on. You there?
I'm here.
All right, hold on one second. So first of all, go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I wish you could see me sitting in my bed.
Yeah, she's sitting in her pajamas with her big dog sitting next to her. What I was saying was you were our first show that was like a serious topic, and at that point, what happened was within a week we got a phone call from the other parties involved that you were talking about, and they said, hey, can we come on 3 Throw to Go and talk about our side of the story? And that was the moment where we as an organization and an entity kind of learned, okay, well, I guess we're a real thing.
People are listening.
People are listening to us. So that was like the first moment, and you were the start of that.
Yes.
So good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let me bring this up. Let me make sure that it's working.
Lay down, Gabe.
You talking to the dog or your husband?
I'm talking to the dog.
All right. So
I know where Ryan's downstairs, and I don't think you can help me with the technical
I guess we're a real thing.
I'm on the security, privacy setting on Facebook.
I'm sure that you guys are very secretive, and it's probably a privacy setting issue, and that's okay. All right, so let's set the background, right? So Michael Vick's an NFL quarterback from back in the day, and he got in trouble. So why don't you go ahead and talk, and I'll just shut up.
Okay, so background on me, a lot of the people listening already know who I am and kind of what I do. So for many years, I have been volunteering with dogs in and out of shelters and towns with rescues, that sort of thing. So I'm front lines working with dogs, mainly pit bull and pit bull type dogs. So when the pro bowl petition started happening and people started talking about Michael Vick again, and I was continually asked, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions, can you make a Facebook post talking about this? I was asked a lot of things. And so, and I see a lot of things in Facebook all the time because I am marketing our rescue dogs. I run a rescue, so in 2018 I founded a a nonprofit bully breed rescue. And so I'm on Facebook all the time. I am looking to save dogs. I'm looking to adopt dogs out to wonderful homes. So I do a lot of social media, and I am on the internet all the time. So I did see all this stuff pop up. I have people that are on both sides of the argument that I'm friends with. My husband Ryan has people that he is friends with on both sides of the argument. He just recorded his podcast talking about this, which I listened to, and there were differing opinions. And so I'm asked a lot of this because I think people want me to be very flagrant, and they want me to go a little wild like I tend to do when it comes to controversial issues, especially those that deal with dogs. And so the first thing that I do when I think about issues like this, or when I talk about issues like this, is I immediately go to the court dockets. This is a federal case. So what happened with Michael Vick and the people that he associated with, there are court documents out there that people can read. I will link all of those in the comments so that people can see the court dockets. They can see all of the evidence. I don't know that you can find the pictures online through, the dockets, like the court documents, but those exist. So I read the indictments, I read the plea agreements, I read very detailed evidentiary documents stating what this man did, along with people that he associated with. And it was very graphic. Everybody has heard the stories, they've read the articles, that sort of thing. So I can go into detail about the animal cruelty, what had happened, but I think everybody is well aware of what he did and what those crimes were, at least what we know of. So what I have an opinion on and what I want to talk about is the arguments that people are putting forth stating that we need to forgive and forget and move on and that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but just so we just
hold. You can ask me any questions that you have. I can't see the Facebook live feed, so I don't know what people are saying either.
Right, and if a question comes up, I'll let you know. But first of all, I have a question. Do you know how many? I guess the question I have is how many counts or how many instances there were involved?
Yes. So I will talk about that. Do you know what he was actually, and I'm talking to you, Scott, or any of the viewers, are you aware of what he was indicted on? Do you know what those charges were?
I'll be honest with you.
If you say no, that's okay, because the majority of the people I talk to don't know.
This was what year was this?
This all started in early 2001.
Okay.
To April 5th of 2007.
Yeah, so
that is when this ring was operating. That is when the property was purchased. It was built up. It was built from the ground up. Sheds were built. Pools were built. A place for the people who were participated in this with Michael Vick stayed there. So this was all going on for roughly 6.5 years prior to anyone knowing what was happening, other than the people involved, right? So. Okay. In the indictment, so yes, this was a long time ago. This was before Twitter, and this was before major social media outlets where this stuff would have immediately went viral, right? But how it still did. So, what Michael Vick was indicted on, in his federal indictment. So he was indicted on interstate, basically racketeering. So, hold on. I'm going to put my speakerphone.
No, and that's okay. And
I want to tell you exactly what it said.
And Chris, we do have a question from the audience. It's Chris watching. He said, was Mike Vick responsible for actually killing the dogs himself, or was he just in charge of the actual grounds?
Yeah, I can answer that. Okay, so let me circle back first. So he was indicted on conspiracy to travel in interstate commerce in aid of unlawful activities, and for sponsoring a dog and animal in an animal fighting venture. So, he was indicted on racketeering and dog fighting. He was never indicted or held accountable for any of the animal cruelty acts that happened. And if you go to page 17 of his federal indictment, he admits on page 17 of this court document that he killed 8 dogs by various methods, including hanging, drowning, and slamming to the ground.
Okay.
He admitted to participating in those acts.
Okay.
So, he served 18 of 23 months for a federal indictment. The state of Virginia had him charged with 2 Class 6 felonies. They dropped one of those and sentenced him to 3 years suspended. So he spent no time in jail for his state indictment.
Okay.
Okay? So, when somebody wants to argue with me that he served his time, I'm going to say no. I don't agree that he served his time. Yes, he spent time in a federal prison, but if you look at, and I can provide these documents as well, and these are all legal documents, this is all from, Virginia's governmental website. If you kill an animal, or if you abuse an animal cruelty, there are different classes. There's misdemeanors and felonies. So on page 17 of the federal indictment, he admits to killing 8 dogs. Now, this is just what he admits to. This went on for 6.5 years. Dogs were tortured and murdered. Dogs were forced into rape rafts to breed. They were forced to train, to fight. It just blows my mind. So for 6.5 years, this happened. Okay? So, in the state of Virginia, animal cruelty, Class 6 felony, to kill an animal, carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. So,
hold on. They got 6 classes of felony?
So there's different, yeah. So let me go to that document that I have here.
I mean, I'm just wondering, is there a difference in Ohio versus Virginia? And
yes, absolutely. There's difference in municipalities. There's differences in states. There's federal differences. So if you look at the Code of Virginia, so cruelty to animals, there's different penalties. There's different things. So there are different classes. If you just harm an animal, it can be just a misdemeanor. And then, yeah, so punishment for conviction of a felony, there's Class 1 to 6. Class 6 is the worst, obviously. So that punishment carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. So if he served time for each dog killed, the minimum sentence, that would be 8 years in prison. So, and again, these are just the acts that we know about. This is just what he admitted to. So, I understand I'm biased. I really do. But if you look at what he did, what the people he was involved with did to these animals, this is absolutely animal cruelty, and it is an insult to these surviving dogs. To give him an 18 months of a 23-month sentence, and then allow him back into a very lucrative career. So, I don't like that argument. I don't like that people want to tell me that he served his time and we should move on. How can you move on? And this is very opinioned. I'm very biased in this, that if a person is capable of torturing or murdering a dog, which is an innocent being, it's on the same level as torturing or murdering a child. These are innocent creatures. They are the most helpless creatures out there. And if you can do that, I just don't understand how you can tell me this person can be reformed.
All right. Well, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know my history, right? I've got a dog. We got Hank, and
Yep.
they told us that Hank was a Rottweiler Shepherd, and we know he's a pit bull. I mean,
Yes, he's a pit
he's totally a pit because he's from Ashtabula. It's like he was rescued from Ashtabula, like duh. So I guess the question is, what is an appropriate form of punishment?
So, and here's the thing. Yes, he was punished, and yes, he served his time. People want to tell me about all of the money that he's donated. He was court-ordered to put $1 million into an animal welfare fund for the dogs that were seized from his property the day, April 25th, 2007. He was court-ordered to do that. So, so an appropriate sentence for me, I don't know that I can talk to that just because of my history and what I feel about animals. So,
But we have to come up with something. There has to be. All right, look.
Yeah.
Here's my take. It, regardless of the crime, regardless of what is done by whom, there has to be an opportunity for that person to re-enter society in some capacity. Do you agree with that?
yes, I do. And maybe this is where my opinion is going to come in, and I don't expect anybody to agree with it. So, if you want to talk about re-entering society, do I think that coming back to your lucrative career as an athlete in the NFL, reinstating your endorsement with Nike, puts you back into society as a reformed person? So this is, again, where we're going to get into other things other than the Michael Vick.
That's okay.
Problem
Hey,
is
that's what this show's all about, baby. This is your show tonight.
And I can talk to this right now, and the majority of my friends that are listening know that all I do while I'm at work, other than my job as a boring insurance adjuster, is listen to true crime podcasts. I know how fundamentally fucked our justice system is. So my
Hold on. The opinions of Ashley Weiss do not necessarily affect those of Three Thread to Go.
Yeah, whatever that. Yeah.
I just did Ryan's podcast bit. All right, go.
So my problem is not only with the sentence that was brought down for Michael Vick, because I don't feel that it was appropriate with what happened. But that goes forth to say our justice system as a whole, it doesn't work. It needs complete reform. So I understand that the system, the justice system, and our prison system is not set up to rehabilitate or reform felons so that they can re-enter society. It traditionally holds them back. It makes them march for life. I get it. So I don't want to get into that argument. I listen to all of that. I feel very well versed in a lot of true crime. But my problem is that athletes, celebrities, people who have money are able to re-enter their life like nothing happened. Yes, he filed bankruptcy. Yes, he speaks out in regards to dog fighting and animal cruelty. Do you think if he did not get caught, he would be doing any of it?
You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're there. If he did,
was not caught, do you think he would spend time advocating for animals?
No. I mean,
Absolutely not.
Well,
Absolutely not.
that's always the argument that if people don't get caught, they don't get fixed, right? So all right. So
everybody listening, do you believe that a sociopath that is capable of years and years of torturing and systematically killing dogs who underperform in dog fights can change, feel remorse, or return to some sort of a normal life?
do you know Sasha?
I know Sasha.
Sasha's question is, do you feel like Vick can become reformed, or is there a line that you can't come back from, and once you cross it, and only suppress it? Okay.
Yes, I do feel that way. I do not feel that he can be. So it takes a certain type of person to be capable of doing the things that he did. I don't know that there is reform for that. I don't know that there is reform for someone who systematically abuses children. I don't know that there is reform for someone who systematically abuses animals. Do we know what he went through in terms of rehabilitation, as far as counseling and that sort of thing? Was there anything like court ordered or court documented? No, I didn't see that. And I will say that that is something that, as part of our system, it's not something that happens, you know? So absolutely, you know, and maybe that's one thing that in all of my research, I didn't see one thing that required that, you know? So, it's just, I don't know. So another argument that I get all of the time is we have to believe that people can change for the better. As a society, we have to believe that. But as a realist, I don't think that everybody can change for the better.
Okay.
So, you know, another thing that I get is that he is an inspiring person to children, that his athleticism, being a very talented, awe-inspiring athlete, is something that children who, from a background similar to his, one of that in poverty, of violence, of abuse, that they can look at him and see something that is inspiring to them. And I understand that children are going to look up to athletes and celebrities and that sort of thing. But as a parent, and I am not one, but as a parent, I am an aunt to three. I have a niece and two nephews, my best friend's children. I couldn't imagine having them look up to Michael Vick as an inspiring person because of his character. I can't. I don't care what your athleticism is like. If you lack character, if you can abuse and torture and kill animals, you're not a role model.
All right. Well, let me flip it on you just a second here. Okay. So I got a question coming in from Antonio, and Antonio, I know Antonio from church, from game day, and he actually lives in Atlanta. So they came up here, they lived up here in Northeast Ohio, and they were like, the hell with it, we're going back to where it's warm, okay? So they live down there, and he got a good question here. Hold on, we got Nick's got a point too. So let me start with Antonio. So Antonio's is, if you were in his shoes, would you feel the same way? And then Nick comes across and he says, it sure is a shame that someone who goes to jail does... Hold on. Now, before you respond, let me read the whole thing, okay?
I'm listening.
All right. It says, it sure is a shame that someone who goes to jail, does their time, and serves the punishment given to them doesn't get a chance to show that they have changed. You have to take your emotion and love for dogs out of it to see it clearly. I feel that this conversation would be different if he came out of prison and did it again. These arguments are just full of opinions and passion. The core argument always gets lost. Okay, so that's Nick's opinion. Here's my take. I'll give you a little bit of my take. And Remo's saying he served his time. Here's my take. Okay, so he's big time NFL quarterback. He gets caught up in some bad stuff, and he does a lot of bad things. And when we say bad, they're like wicked bad, like hearts of men, evil bad. Okay. He goes to jail. He doesn't get what you feel is appropriate, which, you know, that's arbitrary, but that's your take. But he does do time. He loses his career temporarily. In the meantime, we don't know. You're admitting that we don't know behind the scenes what it is that he went through. Did he get counseling? Did he get therapy? Did he get brain retraining? I mean, what happened there? Something had to go on. Okay, it took a while. Several years, and then he was allowed to be reinstated in the NFL, and he had to start from the ground back up. He got a crap. If I remember correctly, when he first came back, he got a
third string.
He was a backup quarterback, and he got like a crap contract. It was like I'm about to.
It was $1 million. It was 1.5 1-year contract. With or without the ability to be renewed.
I'm about to be Nintendo shot. There's a Nintendo shotgun being pointed at me by my 4-year-old. So the point is, though, so in other words, he did the time, came out, and he wasn't gifted the golden platter. He was like, they were like, okay, you suck.
And he wasn't gifted the golden platter in regards to the other athletes who were making millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Well, okay, so
in comparison to another criminal who doesn't have the celebrity status or the previous financial abilities.
The NFL is a bad league to bring up when it comes to that, because there's a ton of women. There's a ton of guys that beat on women in that league. There's a ton of guys.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
So
that's why I said my problem is not only with Michael Vick as a person, but with the institutions that allow these types of things, not just animal cruelty, to be brushed aside. Like, it doesn't even matter. Yes, I will tell you that I understand where Nick is coming from. He did his time. What a shame here in America. We can't allow that to happen. But this is what I gather. Or maybe I'll let you finish. I'm sorry, you said your point.
Well, the thing here is, it's hard when we're talking about the NFL, because the NFL are basically modern day gladiators. It is encouraged to be the most violent and the most aggressive at your position, at every position on the field, but it's supposed to be controlled, okay? And you know, like, for example, the perfect example is what happened recently with Myles Garrett. We're all losing our minds over the whole thing, okay? Remo's even pointing out that, you know, the Eagles fans booed him when he came back on the field, because at the time I believe he went back and played for Atlanta, right? So initially, no, I'm sorry, it was the Eagles after Atlanta.
He was welcome.
Yeah.
Back in certain states.
So the point is, though, this is really, when we take out the emotion of this discussion, it's extraordinarily difficult to figure out what is the right course of action. Because
right. And again, I am not a lawyer. I am not a judge. I am not somebody who makes those decisions. And I said from the beginning that my thoughts and opinions were going to be very biased. But I think the most important thing for me, when we continually talk about Michael Vick, and yeah, sorry, bud, your reputation and your crimes are going to stick with you forever. And for the animal welfare community, as an advocate of pit bull and pit bull type dogs myself, the biggest thing that we have gained from all of this is the ongoing publicity of this monster's crimes. Because behind all of that bullshit is that there were 47 survivors, 47 dogs who survived the abuse and torture of Michael Vick and his friends in their dogfighting ring. They changed the world's minds on what is possible through rescue, rehabilitation, and recovery. He brought dogfighting and animal cruelty into every living room around the world. People are talking about animal cruelty, they are talking about dogfighting, and they are talking about the survivorship of these dogs. And I don't care who you are and where you stand on this. The fact is, we're going to keep talking about him as animal advocate. He's going to continue to be part of the conversation, because not only did this fuck up his life and make for, you know, publicity for people to talk about, like not honoring him at the Pro Bowl and all of that stuff, it continues to show what dogs are capable of overcoming. And prior to this event happening, anytime dogfighting rings were broken up, if they were discovered, the dogs are automatically euthanized. They were automatically killed.
Well, hold on. So we got a ton of comments coming in right now. Are you able to see any of this stuff, or?
I can try to go on Facebook.
Well, I know you're on your phone, so see if you can answer some of these comments. Well, first of all, Antonio is like, do you feel the same way about Ray Lewis? Dude, he's a raven. I mean, that guy killed a guy, all right? So he should probably still lay low. I don't get me started on Ray Lewis. But then you got, so, man, there's a ton of comments coming in, Ashley. So what we'll do, I'm going to leave this. No, that's okay. No, you answer them later.
I have to turn off your.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
We'll answer them later. You got some coming in from Julie. You got some coming in from Remo, Sasha. All right. So here's the bottom line. Okay. Guy did a bad thing. Guy did a bunch of bad things for a while. He got caught. He did his time. He paid what was deemed his price by society. And then he was reinstated to have to work his way back into the league. Okay. And I think your big issue right now is not all of that. Had Michael Vick retired and we never heard about Mike Vick again, I think you would be fine with everything. I think what's happening right now, though, is it's rekindled and rebrought and resurfaced all that. And now instead of just having that career that happened and that ended, you're now being brought back into this fray because all of a sudden he's about to be rewarded.
Exactly. And again, these are my thoughts and my opinions, and people telling me that what their thoughts and opinions are not going to sway how I feel, because I am sitting next to a dog who was part of a dog fighting ring. He's living in my house.
He's huge.
So no matter what people want to tell me about this person and how he performed and how he served his time and we should all move on and we should forgive and forget, I'm not going to. And I'm going to keep talking about it. And I'm going to keep talking about what it means to rescue and rehabilitate and help a dog recover from systematic abuse by monsters like Michael Vick. It happens. It's happening every single day. The reason why I exist is because this is happening. Walk into any dog pound. Walk into any shelter. Go online. All you see are pit bulls. They are a product of this quote-unquote. I have people telling me that culturally this is acceptable with certain backgrounds and stuff like that. You know what? I'm going to keep talking about it because I run a nonprofit animal rescue that saves abused dogs. I understand what these 47 dogs went through. You know, do yourself a favor. If you don't want to talk about Michael Vick as a criminal and you want to celebrate all of his victories and his re-entry into life and into the NFL and into a career, and you want to celebrate him, take a look, read the book The Champions, watch the documentary The Champions, educate yourself on what those survivors went through and what they had to go through to re-enter society.
So,
you know, I can see, you know, I can understand and I can listen to what other people want to tell me about moving on and letting this guy live his life and leave him alone. That's fine. I'm not going to, you know, crucify him or burn him at the stake, but I'm going to continue to talk about what he did and what people continue to do.
So how do we fix it?
So that I can continue to educate people on what's happening in their own communities.
How do we fix it?
How do we fix it?
How as average American Joe, how do I spot a dog ring?
Okay, so first off, you're never going to spot a dog ring. But if you want to talk about how do we fix animal cruelty, pet overpopulation, mass killings of pit bull and pit bull type dogs, I will tell you how you as an individual can help.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Number one, spay and neuter your fucking animal. Spay and neuter your animal.
Boop.
You don't need any more dogs.
This the views of Ashley do not represent those of 330 to go.
Said that word on your podcast again. Whoopee! Spay and neuter your animal, right? We don't need any more babies. We don't need any more babies. Stop buying your dogs from breeders. Stop buying your dogs from backyard breeders. Don't tell me you have a red-nosed, full-blooded, razor-mouthed pit bull. You have a mutt that you bought for $1,000 from Jimmy down the street. Stop doing that. Supply, demand. Stop buying dogs from backyard breeders. You stop putting money in the pocket of people who are inappropriately breeding their dogs, specifically pit bulls. This will help. Okay? Microchip your dog, your cat, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do to help this issue. Not only a dog fighting issue, not only an animal welfare issue, we have a pet overpopulation issue. You know, we talked about this on the last time I was on your show, how we can help. But, you know, and if you see something, say something. That goes for everything. If you see someone abusing an animal, say something. If you don't know how, if you don't know what to say, or you don't know what to do, or you don't know who to call, I can help you. You know? If you live in Summit County, we do have humane agents who will go and do welfare check. Do not attempt to take that dog yourself. Call the humane agent. They will go out and do what they have to do. But after all of that stuff, if you are concerned and you want to know how to help animals in your community and you want to know how you can make a positive change on animal welfare in your community, think about election time. Think about elected officials. People who care about animal welfare laws. You can see people's voting history. You can see elected officials' voting history. If they are systematically voting against animal welfare laws, don't vote for that person. If you have questions about that, I'd be happy to go over them, especially if you live in Summit County. We can talk about it.
How do we, where would we even begin to find that?
So, it's, okay. As a voter, how do you, as a voter, obtain your information?
By
I'm
name?
just asking that just to know. I just want to know what people are doing. How do you obtain your information on the candidates that you're voting for?
By their name.
Google them? Give them the goog?
Well, most of them I know, personally, right? So,
Great. Okay, so that's great. Not everybody has the ability to do that. So, what I would do is start by seeing who are the officials in your area. What are you looking for? You can research those officials. You know, we've talked about this. The lawyer or previous lawyer, I'm going to get myself in trouble, and you're going to get contacted again by a lawyer.
No.
The legal representative for your animal.
We're bigger. We're bigger now. We're bigger now.
We voted against humane efforts and humane laws. So there are just things when you think about your community. Like I said, if you have questions offline, I'd be happy to show you how to find these things and what to look for. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't realize that you can make a difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, bottom line, what I feel and what I think about. So Mahatma Gandhi said the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. So I think we have to think about that as a whole, and whether or not you're in the dog rescue community, whether or not you like dogs or animals or anything like that, I do think that after everything happened with Michael Vick and his criminal case, it shed a light on something that a lot of people refuse to think about or didn't see anything wrong with. What other questions? Are we almost done? Are people getting pissed?
There's a bunch of people that are questioning things. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and sign off. So as usual,
Okay.
I appreciate your time, and then you can go back. This video is up on 3Throw to Go right now, and you can go ahead and answer those questions. And there are quite a few of them. There's a lot of statements, a lot of questions.
Okay, I don't have any Facebook messages, so that's probably a good thing.
Oh no, they're up. There's a lot of questions coming in right now. So, thank you. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate your honesty. We appreciate your passion.
Thanks.
And just keep doing you, boo-boo.
I will.
All right. So until then, folks, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to change all the verbiage on all the videos tonight just to show the right one to watch. Until then, I don't know where I'm going, but there ain't no sense of being late. Everybody out there, say goodnight, Shirley.
Good night.